I'm Christine.
I'm Liz.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are Double Defense, an all-female New York Rangers podcast, bringing you fun conversation about our New York Rangers, the NHL and hockey, and so much more. So welcome.
Hey, everyone. So we just finished watching game one of the 2022-2023 New York Rangers hockey season. They played the Tampa Bay Lightning, won 3-1. I think we saw some great stuff from this team. Christine and Sarah, what did you guys think of the game?
I'm going to let Sarah go first.
I didn't love Tampa. I thought they were really boring. I just thought they were really slow. But overall, I think New York looked great. Mika, his goal, that ballerina dance in front of the net, just what a professional. He's kind of got that football end zone dance with his goal scoring. I really enjoyed that. I was really hoping for the hat trick. What a great first night. The crowd as well, I have to say, lit up and engaged. I was just really surprised at Tampa. It really made me start to wonder what Stamkos, when he leaves, what that's going to look like for that team.
I was texting you guys throughout the game, not Stamkos. And sure enough, freaking Stamkos. He's a nemesis test when we play. I mean, he seems to just get all over us. He didn't do us that well when he was on the team, when he was with us. So you were seeing it as slow. I was seeing it as very well, evenly matched. I was looking at the blocks, the giveaways, takeaways. Everything was really pretty much even. It was slow on the shots in the beginning, and then we just all of a sudden it was 14-15, in the first half of the first period. We really started to get into the swing of things. We're going to call them missed calls for now. The penalties are starting to go. I saw the crowd being a little overreactive in the beginning, moaning when the shots weren't close. Again, we got into the swing thing. We got a little taste of everything. We're going to see so much more of everything this whole season. So why not get it out of the way now?
I swear I heard the crowd, maybe I was hearing wrong, but I swear I heard the crowd start chanting, "We want the cup." And I appreciate everyone's ambition. It is still game one, but I got to say game one looked absolutely amazing. I think they had such a level of confidence that we really didn't see during the preseason, but it really started shining today. Great energy. Micah was just there on every single play. Kreider was being Kreider. I think there was a lot of chemistry. I think Panarin still needs to work on a couple of things, especially, in terms of some accuracy on some shots. But overall, Shesterkin looked great. The team was cohesive. And I think we have a lot more to look forward to this year.
The Igor chant is wonderful. And I love it. And it started early. So it was all really good. And listening at the end, I was not aware, but I love hearing statistics and an interesting piece of information. Mika, one of only 5 guys to score a shorthanded goal and a power play goal in the opening game. So, and I know they ripped off all the other players. One was Graves, one was Ovechkin. Kudos for him. Again, this is kind of what we talked about last time. They know he's 2 goals in. They're going to hit a lot of goals and break them. I think they're going to do that pretty early. Kreider's going to get upset. He's getting shut down pretty quick, but they kind of know that because of where he was last time too. I'm surprised that they were able to get as many one-timer shots off as they did. Reverse side, Stamkos always scores on us. I don't understand why you can't block him more so he doesn't score. I was hoping it would have been anybody but Stamkos scoring, but I knew it wasn't going to be. I'm like, this is the way it is. They play them a lot because they're in our division, right?
Looks like we're only playing them twice this year, twice more.
What?
So we play Tampa Bay again on December 29th and on April 5th.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, right at the end.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the course of the next couple of weeks to months.
I was peeking around the league, just looking at everyone's usual predictions. Shesterkin and Vasilevsky.
They're number 1 and number 2. That's what you're seeing too. I mean, the strength of both these guys is absolutely amazing. And he's a big guy, so he's got a lot of stuff. And when he goes in the splits,
the flexibility, oh my God, there was one shot from above where he was just like a straight line.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how that angle is even possible, but
he's
good
amazing.
on him.
He's amazing. I have no complaints.
A lot of buzz on both of them for the Vezina Trophy, but also dark horse Thatcher Demko from Vancouver with a sprinkle of Jack Campbell out of Edmonton, who I believe was in Toronto before.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's really any contest. It's going to be between these two. And we saw why. I think at one point we had more shots on our power plays than they did in the whole game. I just think with the speed and the strength and the youth of our team that we should be taking those shots
Yeah,
So,
and hopefully like Kratzov comes back from whatever that injury was right at the beginning of the game. I mean, I know he struggled during the preseason, but I don't like to see anything like that. So hopefully we'll get some information about him.
yeah, hopefully that's just more precautionary. And then Blay, he's the one that I'm most upset about. I was actually at the game in November when he got taken out. To see him come back, he was playing so well in preseason. And then, yeah, I hate to see someone with an injury so quick in the games, in the series, in the seasons. My fear, over the whole season is some crazy injury. So we have to protect our guys. And that's why we go younger. I mean, these guys can bounce back quicker.
That makes me appreciate that huge hit that Ryan Reeves had very early on in the game. I mean, I'm a huge Ryan Reeves fan, maybe because, I like the older guys who are all younger than me. But I think he was looking good. I think he is playing his role and will play his role very, very well this year. I think they're going to use him strategically because I got to say that shit probably hurts a lot. The next day, I can only imagine.
Did you see the clip? I posted it because I loved it. They showed a clip during the intermission of Gallant, like just wailing blows at Chelios, like back in the day. And I'm like, how satisfying is that? I'd like to see more of that when I'm having to watch ESPN, TNT, and those channels where I can't stand it. We kind of bear with the mainstream channels and try to figure out where to watch it, how to watch it, day to day.
Speaking of which, how did you guys watch the game? Because I know sitting here in Southern California, it is like working out the most confusing mathematical problem to try to figure out how to watch these games. Sometimes I can get it on ESPN Plus, sometimes not. Sometimes there's some strange websites that I've been sent to, but as somebody who is not sitting in New York with New York cable, it is extremely challenging to try to lock onto some of these games. And I can't imagine that I'm the only NHL fan that is in a different city from their team that feels the same way. Sarah, what's the deal in Canada?
I got the NHL Network app. I've been streaming only since 2012, so I have an Apple TV box. Well, I think I pay for every game in the league on any given night, and went on tonight, couldn't get it, so it was blacked out. That's a first.
Oh, because it's on ESPN.
I guess, but usually I can get every game regardless. Thank God I had Sportsnet, flipped over to there, but that's a huge issue. And I know we've talked about it. We have some expertise in the room about broadcast rights.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. However, Batman is super focused on revenue for the league, make it a priority to be easily accessible for the fans. I think that's only a fair ask.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think on the whole, sports leagues know that very few people are subscribing to cable channels without having some kind of sports thing to watch. I think it's the thing that's driving most of the revenue right now. So I understand they're trying to play a couple of games, but if anybody is listening, please, please, please make it easy for fans, because we don't mind paying for it. We just want to figure out where we need to go in order to get that.
Yeah, be consistent. It's really frustrating when you do pay for a season in an expensive format. And I mean, we're blacked out here on 3 teams, not even 2. I mean, I understand the Ducks and the Kings, but why Vegas? They're not anywhere close. And that's our local teams. Plus, we're getting blacked out on when they're nationally televised. So you're really paying for a whole season, but you're really only getting half. And unless you have some college kid that knows all the secret ways to watch, which I do have one. So usually it's like, okay, that's how I kind of learned how to get on some of the feeds.
Yeah, I do have a couple of friends who, I hope they're listening, have some very creative ways of finding these games. But again, it's unfortunate that we have to resort to that because there's fans all over the place. And, we want to keep trying to build the fan base. So we'd love to be able to tell our friends, hey, here's where to watch the game.
I'm going to be there on Monday. So
that's right. So
take a little plane trip and go.
So some housekeeping stuff. You might not hear from triple DFense for a little bit, only because we're going to be traveling. Christine is actually going to be in New York and going to a bunch of the games. So Christine, what's on the agenda for you?
I'm excited. It's something I regularly do. I'm looking to be in town next week. Monday is against Anaheim Ducks. I'm definitely looking forward to going to that game. I think I'll be traveling around. So I'll be listening to the Sharks game on Thursday, and they play Columbus Blue Jackets on Sunday, the 23rd. I may go to that game. I may see if I can meet up with a couple friends and even go watch it somewhere. I like the experience of just being in my city with my people, wearing my jerseys. It's just exciting because it's so different watching things there than anywhere else. Then definitely hitting up the Colorado game, and we're making it a girls' night and going to the Islanders game the following night on the 26th. 26th. So we are looking to kind of meet up and do our next episode after that little run of games and when I'm in New York. So that'll be fun. We'll get a couple of games under the belt and see what kind of streaks are forming or not forming by then too.
I'd encourage anybody who is interested in doing a little New York game meetup, please reach out to us on Instagram or on Twitter. I'm sure Christine would love to see you while she's in town.
And Molly Wees, I'm just going to throw it out. That's my home and I'll be there for every game. Molly Wees on 8th before the game, and come find players with me too, because I know where they go, because why not?
I bet
I have no shame.
Christine's goal for the season is to get a stick from Panarin, and she will stop at nothing in order to do that.
It's a
if anybody out there can make that happen,
and he's so darn sweet. I just I'm not 10. That's the only thing. I think I might be cute, but I'm not 10. When they were here last season, I actually went to their practice, and Mika's amazing. They had the junior kings, I think, practicing there, and he gave a bunch of sticks out to the kids. And it was the cutest thing, because there were some kids watching him, and I had just walked up, and one of the kids went away, and he made sure to find those kids and made sure that they got what they wanted, because they were late to practice. I think they probably got in trouble, but he made sure that they got the stick. And to see the intent that he had in making sure, and just a determination to be nice, the nice guy that he is in all areas, is amazing. I love them. I love them all.
They're a really sweet group. Speaking of other sweet things, what's been going on in the world of Ladies of the Rangers this week? We've seen a couple of interesting things on Facebook that I thought were quite interesting and wanted to bring up. Did you guys realize that Ladies of the Rangers is a matchmaking group? And I think this is the greatest idea. So someone posted that she is a single gal. I think she's in her 30s and is looking to meet someone. And did anyone have like a very nice single son or nephew or somebody who's really into hockey that they could introduce her to? And I actually thought that was really sweet. She posted a couple of pictures of herself. I mean, what a great thing to go into a date knowing that you have this really awesome thing in common with somebody. So I thought that was really nice that you could go like know that they're Rangers fans, or know that you have someone in common who is a Rangers fan. I just thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to try to meet up with her. I responded to her saying, I think I have some guys that I meet that are probably more closer to your age than mine. But did you see some of the comments? It was interesting, because there were people that are like, I have a brother. Is Long Island too far? What's interesting too? And I think this is why I love that board, is that again, it does bring people together, because I did see some people that were just like, I would just like a friend. I know there were some other ladies on there that were saying, oh yeah, me too. I mean, I'm one of them too. I'm not going to deny that.
It's the origin of this podcast is Ladies of the Rangers.
Exactly. But even just to meet up, and that's the greatest thing. And we're going to do that more. I'm going to be putting it out on my page and our page that I'm going to be in New York, and reiterating what we just talked about. But I love meeting new people. What I tell people is, now when I go to New York, I do have my place, Molly Wees. I can go in that bar. I know half the people in the bar. And the funny thing is no one's really surprised to see me. So, and knowing that I live all the way out here. So it's fun. And I can walk around Madison Square Garden. And last season, I actually ran into a friend of mine like 3 separate times. One, we were bumped into each other at the bar, like back to back. Another one, we were sitting down, my girlfriend and I, and he walks up the aisle. And then the third time we came out of the bathroom and he was standing right there. So same person, 3 crazy different avenues of seeing people and meeting up with people all over. Like I'll be in New York for like 3, maybe 4 games. And again, I bring friends. It's been nice. I've been bringing some of my friends from high school and from other areas of interest and kind of getting them together. And then when we're back in town, it'll be November. I come back Halloween. It'll be November. And then we're going to start getting ready for the Rangers to come into our town. We'll organize some meetups here too. So that's one thing I also look forward to doing with this podcast, is just growing a group of friends like I was able to do with Liz this last season.
Yeah. And I got to say, I think that 2 big cities, Los Angeles and New York, can feel very overwhelming, especially if you're new there. Finding that community of people, I think, is really important. The Rangers do come into town. I'm just looking at a couple of the dates here. They're playing the Kings on November 22nd. the Anaheim Ducks on November 23rd, and the Vegas Golden Knights on December 7th. As of right now, we are planning on attending all of those games. So if you guys are going to be in the Los Angeles area on the 22nd and 23rd of November, or in Vegas on December 7th, please hit us up. We'd love to have a little New York Rangers crew, a double defense crew, checking out some of these games. We'll have to work on those wine pairings for those games.
We're talking about pairings. We also have received a recommendation from a mutual friend that's now following us and very active in participating and giving nice critiques and opinions. So it's been great to hear.
Absolutely. And I have to say, I'm not a bourbon.
It's Al.
Hi, Al. I hope Al's listening.
I know Al will listen.
So Al recommended Blanton's bourbon as the pairing for the game. I mean, whatever it is, you did it right, because they were on fire. So if it means that you have to drink a Blanton's bourbon for every single game, Al, please continue doing this. I'm happy with my pick, which was the Dow Cabernet Sauvignon. Happy with it. I actually think this game was a little bit more exciting than I thought it was going to be. So I think I could have stepped it up in that. I do have the wine, take this back. That's not a wine pairing for next game. It's the alcohol pairing of next game. The Rangers are playing the Minnesota Wild on Thursday, October 13th. Our drink pairing for that is going to be a martini straight up with a twist, because of Rossi on the Wild and the vermouth brand that everybody uses for martinis is Martini and Rossi's. That is going to be a straight up vodka martini. No martinis.
No,
not your thing.
Well, vodka martinis are good. We need to kind of start getting shots in here too, like shots of our shots and tweeting those out. There's a great Twitter page, New York Rangers Shot Club. So I definitely encourage people to take a selfie, get a picture, and get up there and celebrate.
Just to wrap up, I think we have a lot to look forward to this season. If game one was any indication of where things will go for this team, I think the sky is the limit, honestly. If they keep up this energy, if they keep up the chemistry that they have with each other, I think there's a lot of places we can go.
Also, just some quick topics to think about for next time. I think it would be great to delve more into this after a week or so of games. There were 4 topics. We'll go into 3 of them that I saw just to kind of start the season off and what to look out for. 2 of them were teams. One of the things is, can Colorado come back and get to the cup again with the change of their players and the strength of McKinnon? And then the next one was Toronto. I mean, these people think Toronto's going to make it all the way. I don't know why they're singling them out. Maybe it's because of the long, streak that they've had of getting close enough, but not there. So it's something that we can kind of touch on, to kind of see where the standings are in the beginning after a couple of weeks. And then we have a season of an Ovi watch. Is he going to kind of get into second place? When? I mean, I think it's not a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. Break the record, break into second place, and distract from our team. We'll kind of keep an eye on those and other developing stories that come up in the world of hockey players and coaches and teams.
Well, Christine, you'll keep us posted from your trip to New York. Everybody else, please bear with us while we get our schedule set for the next couple of games and the next couple of episodes. We have a lot of really fun stuff that we've been talking about and planning that we will get into later this season. We've had a blast connecting with people already. Please keep listening to us. Please tell your friends. Please reach out and be a part of this community.
Yes, we look forward to bringing people on to know people better and interacting with them as we start to go live with some of these podcasts, so that you can see us and join in with us for things. And that's what we're looking forward to, just learning and growing with everybody. We have a whole season ahead of us. I'm so excited. Let's go Rangers.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.